From the first class I can remember taking, I just felt that this is the place that I was meant to be, and I felt a sense of belonging. When I first came up here, I had a vision for myself of who I wanted to be, and the courses that I've taken through the years have just allowed me to gain all the tools and all the knowledge that I would need to make the vision a reality. And I can honestly say that this program has made me a better person in the long run.
They said he wandered very far, very far, over and... My project is about blood volume pulse, and I'm trying to observe if there's a relationship between that and the kind of music that you sing.
It's so interesting. If I look at this red line here, notice that's your pulse, boom, 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 the height of the pulse. And the height of the pulse gets higher, larger and larger. Can you see it?
Because my heart rate was warming?
No, because your fingers got warmer. Your hands dilated. So you really see how the singing lets you almost expand.
Well, the biofeedback class which you teach is really remarkable because what it does, you use instrumentation to monitor what happens in the body, display it to the person. It's value free in that sense, but you can clearly see how mind, emotions affect body and how body affects mind and emotions.
I want to do health communication in the future, so I'm trying to do a cinema major with a public health minor. And I find that biofeedback is actually a pretty good mechanism for communities to maintain their health, because it's something that you can teach people and it's something that they can maintain themselves for very low cost, which is really important for teaching public health.
Over 80% of the students report significant improvement in their well-being. You know, I just think of one of the students who just came in. She had 5 headaches a week when the semester started. She applied these techniques by learning about her own behavior, by becoming aware that she collapsed all the time, that she tightened her neck. She changed that, her headache rate went down to 0. These are skills which are lifelong learning skills, and that makes it so exciting.
I took a Western Holistic Health with Dr. Pepper, and that was the best class I've ever had, because I started learning about how my body responded to sugar, and using the biofeedback techniques I learned in that class, I was able to reduce my pain, monthly pain, 90% of the time.
I did a project where I focused on doing diaphragmatic breathing to treat my acid reflux. It's been about like 8 months now, and I am pretty much acid reflux free. I live a pretty good life now, and before the class it was literally to the point where I couldn't eat whatever I wanted. I was always stressed out about my stomach. Am I going to be okay?
I experienced chronic infections for many years, and the prescriptions that the doctors were providing me with were not helping with my infections whatsoever, and they only had adverse side effects. So when I was able to incorporate holistic tools like diaphragmatic breathing and stress management techniques through dynamic relaxation, I found that my symptoms vanished, and I was able to heal myself in many different ways.
It's that intrinsic motivation, not because they're told you'll get a grade and you'll get a job and you'll become an educated citizen, but rather that they find out what's truth for themselves and then make that truth available to others as they extend and project.
I feel the students, a lot of them develop this natural confidence with themselves or a natural ease with themselves, that they're getting some questions answered kind of internally, and they're figuring stuff out of what matters to them, what's important, how best to take care of themselves. And there's just a kind of a natural ease that sets in, and a natural radiance that gives them confidence in moving forward in whatever their direction is.
I've been able to really ground myself in what I'm passionate about, which is I'm doing a comparative and world literature major, and through my involvement in the holistic health department, I've been able to I think, take care of myself better, and through that I've been able to be more compassionate with other people and kind of acknowledge things within myself and realize like the parts of myself that I'm human and that I need to be loved, and certain things that I need. I've been able to see that in other people as well, and then also just see that reflected in literature over and over again.
It's a perspective that really connects us back with nature and with ourselves in terms of integrating our mental health and our physical health and our social health and our community health. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, and we learn to honor our natural qualities, our natural dispositions.
I recently got into my nursing program just last semester in the fall, and what I realized is that the body is not just mechanical parts, it is a whole.
Holistic health isn't just about self-care or individual healing. It's about systemic healing, and it's about seeing things not as separate pieces, but as the whole picture.
So there are four main categories within health promotion. One is personal health and healing. The second would be social or relational health. And the third would be environmental or ecological health. So self, others, and world, if you will, or self, others, and nature. And then we integrate those three systems into a fourth system that is evolving, and that's the integral or integrated model of health. The coevolution of those three systems, personal, social, and nature. So they get integrated, and every one of these primary categories, the personal health is an example, body, mind, and spirit get integrated into lifelong learning and self-design. So there's both levels of self-care here, and all the different wisdom traditions of the planet are here, organized in a very findable way.
Holistic health, especially Ken's 382 class, Human Nature and Global Perspectives. A class really helped me think more critically about media, and especially during the time where we talked about media literacy, and he introduced us to the Project Censored group. That was really interesting to me because me being a broadcasting major and me going into that field, I feel like it's really important to think critically about media and to really critique the media, the mainstream media that we see.
In health ed, you learn a lot of depressing subject matter. You learn about structural inequities based on systems built to oppress, or these systems manifest themselves in social and health disparity. And along the way, you kind of get bogged down by everything that you learn because it's such an uphill battle. And as you learn more and more about the subject matter, the hill only gets steeper. But I guess holistic health has offered me a new perspective change. It made me remember why we're doing all this is for other people, is for our fellow human being, you know?
That the students can make the world a better place in reified terms, in real terms, in terms that are observable by others and not just how well they perform on an exam. We have good works that are being done, where evidence of good works include things like Project Censored, which is students organizing to identify important issues for our communities and our society that are underreported on. So they are increasing their media literacy in a class.
I would say our department could be a model for other programs in other universities around the country. These days, to equip students with that kind of information is a valuable, it's a gift actually. It's a life science.
We're one of the biggest minors on campus. About half of our students in the minor come from our own college, the College of Health and Social Sciences, and the others come from all of the other departments and colleges on campus. College of Business, College of Science and Engineering, Arts, Humanities, all of different majors are represented. These students are taking the courses basically to enhance their career opportunities, such as students from nursing or students from kinesiology. And many of our students are really taking these courses to address their own desire for better health, for increased wellness and well-being.
Just to acknowledge we're always self-organizing, even if we're passive sitting in a chair, right? We're always part of the play of things, and hopefully we can make that a little more visible today. So thanks to everybody, and give yourself a hand, don't you think? Thank you.
Tools and the knowledge and the emotions that I've developed through these things have just let me know that I can impact other people's lives in such a positive way, and that just makes me feel like I have a purpose, I have a place in this world, and it feels good. I know that there's so many students who feel just lonely.
Yeah.
Like they have a hard time finding the people who they can connect with, and I found it so fast in holistic health. That's amazing. Yeah.
Well, my name's Frank. I'm an exchange student from London. I'm here for 1 year, and I kind of did stumble upon this holistic health kind of community that is here at State. And for an exchange student, it's been so important because I feel like coming from a different country, it's difficult to get that sense of community. I feel like this has really given it to me with the friendships I made and all that.
Probably the biggest thing that the program taught me was the importance of having a well-built social support system. When I would walk into the Holistic Health Center or walk into the internship, I could really feel a lot of warmth and welcoming and a lot of support from the other people that I was with. And it really helped me to maintain a sense of confidence throughout my day. And it kind of gave me the motivation to stick through the struggle of healing, and then also it gave me guidance.
Holistic health has been good to me, provided me with opportunity, unity, and congruency with what I want to learn is new for me. To actually have education, giving love and explanations for problems all of us are facing, solutions standing adjacent. What I love about the program is the knowledge we are given about the earth in which we're living, how we fit into the system, how we're taught about essentials, food we eat, and health of mental, states of being elemental, backed by science monumental, shifts in healthcare, on the forefront of the change, breaking change for new terrain, switch the rules up of the game. I feel fortunate to have found a program so profound that empowers me with the depth of roots underground. I feel this is true education. The journey is the destination. I vouch for it, no hesitation, but a few requests I'm making. First, to keep the program going. It's fertilizer for this moment. In time, in line with growth, ahead of its time, divine. Second is to embrace change. This program won't remain the same. It will overcome adversity. In this beautiful city in which we live, I give thanks, let's let it live.